What's going on, everybody? My name is Tomas, and that behind me is the LG 31MU97. It's a 31-inch 4K monitor, and this is the review of it. Right out of the box, I was really impressed with the weight of such a large monitor. It is very apparent that LG considered the weight of this monitor before it even hit the end user. And in that process, they did not sacrifice build quality, as they carefully chose where they would implement plastic and where it would work. And also, they decided some really good portions of where they would put molded aluminum and where it was needed. The base is built very well, and it will allow you to adjust the monitor's height, rotation, and vertical angle. However, keep in mind, it doesn't let you adjust horizontal angle. You'll just need to make those types of adjustments by moving the monitor side to side. And to me, that's really not a big deal because I like to sit straight on with my monitor. The monitor connects to that base via a traditional VESA mount. So now I want to talk about working on this monitor. Simply put, it's an amazing experience. The anti-glare treated display features a max resolution of 4096 by 2160, the true IPS 10-bit panel. It just is very pleasant to look at, especially for long periods of time. The color comes pre-calibrated from the factory, but if you calibrate the color when you get it in, it's just a phenomenal viewing experience. Pair that with the real estate you have to work with on the 4K, the true 4K display, minimal bezel design, input-output options, as this monitor has a full display port, a mini display port, and both of those are version 1.2, in addition to adding HDMI 1.4 ports, so you get two of those. You definitely have a winner, in my opinion, when you consider this monitor. This being my first true 4K monitor, I could not be happier. Now, the 31MU97 isn't all pleasant because there are some bad things. As it seems, LG left out some things to be desired. These issues are probably a result in why the monitor is so competitively priced. With that said, I'll link you to pricing and availability options right below that like button in the description of the video. Pricing changes all the time because when I bought this monitor, I paid around $830 USD. So feel free to check those out. First and most apparent to me is the speaker quality. The two 5-watt down-firing speakers are downright terrible. This was a bit of a surprise to me, as the ultra-wide I was using beforehand had decent sound quality. Although I'm sure that was due to the wattage difference, as those were 7-watt speakers compared to these 5-watt speakers. The not so apparent thing, and probably the most concerning to me, is the USB 3.0 hub connectivity and how unreliable it is. I cannot tell you how many times I've lost connection with stuff plugged into the monitor, but it's happened, and it's happened quite a lot. It really got to the point where I almost considered returning the monitor. That's how bad it was. But I soon realized that a monitor is really not made for that. It's really made for content creation. So I disconnected my hard drives, and everything has worked just great since then. So I leave my, peripherals attached to it, like my keyboard and whatnot. I just want you to be aware that the USB hub connectivity on the 31MU97 is not something you want mission critical data flowing through, because there's a huge potential for data loss, and I'd hate for that to happen to you. This may be a make or break decision if you are considering this monitor for your workspace. Before I close this video out, I want to talk a little bit about what type of hardware you will probably need to run this thing at full resolution. Me being a Macintosh type of guy, this thing runs on my Mac Pro, my late 2013 Mac Pro, and it does so flawlessly. But when I plug this thing into my 2015 15-inch Retina MacBook Pro, I get a max resolution option of 3840 by 2160. Keep in mind, my MacBook Pro is the baseline model with no dedicated graphics, so it has Intel integrated graphics. With any of today's modern GPUs, you will definitely be able to run this thing at full resolution. Lastly, I want to address screen bleeding issues, as LG is definitely notorious for sending some units out of their monitors that have terrible issues with this. I'm here to say mine has very little, if any, but no, if you decide to go with this monitor, you could get a unit with screen bleeding issues. So just be aware of that. In my case, it wasn't a problem. So here I am, and I've still had it. All in all, I really love this monitor and am very happy with it. To me, even with the issues I discussed in this video, I'm glad I decided to get this monitor in the first place. It makes my editing process fun and easy to manage. The insane amount of stuff I can open on one monitor is pretty mind-numbing. As text can become difficult to read sometimes, that's okay, because thankfully Mac OS X handles scaling really well, and my editing is become very efficient with using this monitor. If you can deal with the issues we discussed in this video, like I said, I recommend this monitor to you, if you're going to use it strictly for a monitor, that is. Well, that about does it for me in this one. If you like this video, feel free to hit that thumbs up button. If not, hit the other one. Thanks for taking the time to watch this review. I am Tomas, and I'll see you in the next one.